let's face it, one of the reasons you watch this video is you like to be entertained. It's why we gamble. It's the greatest form of entertainment, and we can make money doing it as well. And let's face it, in this time that we live in, we need increased entertainment. Just look at today. There's some heavy stuff going on in the real world. Trump's meeting with another dictator. Isn't that going to go well? We've got Cohen, his former fixer, testifying, telling us all types of things. Who do we believe? What's really true? But there are even more pressing issues. And I got to be honest with you. I had a hard time focusing on handicapping today because of three things that really, I don't know, it's just been tearing me up all day long. And frankly, it's one of the reasons why I like doing these video tour reports, because I can share with you. I can get these things off my chest because I don't know where else to turn. I'm sitting here in a hotel room right now and I don't have anybody else to talk to. I mean, first of all, this has been something I've had bottled up inside of me a couple of days now. This whole Jordan Woods thing with the Kardashians. I mean, they have kicked her to the curb because she hooked up with Tristan Thompson. I mean, listen, Tristan Thompson's hooked up with everybody. I mean, did she deserve to get kicked to the curb? I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But then this whole Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper thing. Seriously? Bradley Cooper? Lady Gaga? Have you seen Bradley Cooper's girlfriend? Seriously? Now, let's be honest. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Bradley Cooper's girlfriend. And then you tell me. Bradley? Nah. No way. Okay, but let's get to the most pressing issue of all. And this just happened today. And this is something I think when I share this with you, you are probably going to lose just as much sleep as I am about this. For the first time in probably 3 years, Selena Gomez is no longer the most followed on Instagram. I know it is something that you can't believe either. I know it is a shocker. Ariana Grande has passed her by only a few thousand followers, but it's happened. And you know, Selena has been the queen of Instagram, but no longer. Yep, Ariana has passed her. I don't know how I'm going to survive. It's a good thing I have my 7th 20-dime college basketball release of the season going tonight to make us all even more money. Yes, last night cashed in with number 6, Memphis getting the job done in revenge against Temple. And again, guys, if you didn't get to play last night, and if you haven't been following these plays, 3 most critical factors that you always have to consider when it comes to college basketball handicapping. Revenge. And best served revenge is in-season revenge. And we had that again last night with Memphis. The Tigers getting blown out at Temple earlier this season, a game in which they fell down way big early and shot 1 for 23 on three-pointers. They got that revenge last night against the Owls. The other 2 factors that you have to consider, the letdown and the look-ahead games. Really, college basketball, those 3 factors, the most important things when you're handicapping games. So that winner, when it came to a Raise the Bar 20-dime release, came on the heels of my previous winners with Central Florida hammering SMU on Sunday, Gonzaga blowing out BYU on Saturday, and Marquette over Butler last Wednesday. You got them all for half price off because, as I've always told you, I have never believed that you have to spend big money to make big money, and I'm going to prove that again tonight because the hottest handicapper at the site, let's see, that would be me. Going back to last July, the hottest handicapper at the site in all sports, yes, that would be me. And I've got the 8th Raise the Bar 20-dime college basketball release of the season going tonight, and it is going to be the game between Central Florida and South Florida, and you again get it for half price off by using coupon code HALF, H-A-L-F. All the other discounts and coupon codes are over on the home page. Now, the complimentary plays I had last night, boy, they sucked. But then again, listen, I always view the complimentary plays, which I do exceptionally well with, as you know, over the years. They are like the best of the worst. I handicap the entire card. I come down and I narrow that card down. I have a handful of selections. Among them, I get the best bet. And the other ones are games that I consider betting on. But for one reason or another, they're kind of the best of the worst. They have warts. They have some flaws. Well, last night those games had particular flaws. Duke losing outright at Virginia Tech, go figure, and North Carolina failing to cover again against Syracuse. I'm telling you, those are two teams, North Carolina and Syracuse, they might as well be in the Mid-American Conference, because I don't win in that damn conference ever, and I rarely win with North Carolina or at Syracuse. Teams coached by Roy Williams and Jim Boeheim, I just don't do well. You have to excuse me, guys, I'm losing my voice here. So let's talk about tonight's complimentary plays. First one, Baylor, a team in revenge, in-season revenge, at home, -3.5 against Texas. Now, first time these two met, 84-72. Texas won in Austin on February 6th. In that particular game, Baylor could not stop UT's guards from hitting from the outside or driving the lane. They did it relentlessly. In that particular contest, Kerwin Roach II, Texas's leading scorer, led the way with 21 points. Now, you know, last Friday, the Longhorns suspended him indefinitely for an unspecified rules violation. Well, they played without him on Saturday, went to Oklahoma. They lost by a bucket against a Sooners team that had lost 5 of its last 6 games. The Longhorns had to adjust their lineup, obviously, but they played competitively. But again, the Sooners have not played well either. This is a Texas team that is 1-6 in its last 7 straight up on the road, and the only team that it beat in that frame was West Virginia, a team that has just fallen off the cliff this season. So you have Baylor in this particular spot playing with revenge, in-season revenge. A Baylor team that has won its last 2 games and has played okay in them. This is a big game for Baylor for a number of reasons, because at 9-5, they win tonight, they can pull within 1 game of first place in the Big 12. Because Kansas is at 10-5 in the conference and is idle. Of course, Texas Tech tonight can pull into a tie with first place Kansas State by beating Oklahoma State, which the Red Raiders will. Don't know if they can cover that big margin, but they should, because again, this could, FYI, be a letdown spot for Texas Tech tonight, coming off that huge home blowout over the weekend against Kansas State. So be careful on that particular spot. So I think it's a good, against Kansas, excuse me. So I think it's a good spot to take Baylor. My only reason that I didn't use Baylor as my best bet tonight is because the Bears, when they lost Tristan Walker, their starting forward back in middle January, went to a 3-guard lineup and a necessity. 2 of their 3 starting guards have been injured. One, King McClure, has now missed 5 straight games because of a knee injury. The other, Makai Mason, has returned and played for the last 5 games, but he has been definitely hampered by a bruised toe. How hampered, you say? Well, in his last 2 games, he is 4 for 25 shooting. Listen, I know when you're playing with a bruised toe, it affects your mobility. It affects your ability to elevate and launch your shot. But 4 for 25. Now, when he has returned to the lineup, he has stabilized their offense in terms of running the show at the point. But 4 for 25 shooting. So what Scott Drew has done as he has inserted another point guard, freshman Jared Butler, into the lineup, and they're actually playing 2 point guards. 2 right now, and Butler's played very well, 29 points, 9 assists in their 2 most recent wins. So it's helped with the distribution. So I do like Baylor. I like them a lot, but I just like the game matchup between Central Florida and South Florida a little more. If that game wasn't being played tonight, I would have made Baylor a 15-dime best bet and laid the 3.5 points with them. That's how much I like this particular game. The other play I'm going to go with tonight is Louisville. You know, Louisville was rolling along. They had won 7 out of 8 after beating Virginia Tech on February 4th. Since then, they've lost 4 out of 5. So on the surface, you say this is a Louisville team that is slumping. But let's consider those 4 losses. They lost at Florida State in overtime by 5. They lost at home to Duke by 2, a game in which that was an epic collapse. They were up by 23 and they lost. They got annihilated at Syracuse by 20, a couple days after losing to Duke. Letdown game, right? To be expected. Then they come home Saturday against Virginia. They're up by 12 in the first half and they lose that game as well. So 3 of those 4 losses, understandable. They did beat Boston College in the first go-round, 80-70 at home on January 16th. And that was an impressive win, only because they were just 4 days removed from beating North Carolina on the road. And it was a strange game. They were up 28-16 early, or down 28-16 early. Then they went on an 18-1 run. They led by 10 at halftime. They were up by 23 points with 9 minutes to go. Boston College came on an incredible tear. They cut the deficit to 5 by 2, and then Boston College managed to extend the lead, win the game by 10. They out-rebounded Boston College in that game by 11. 6 more offensive glass boards in that game. Boston College returning home after road losses to Clemson and NC State. They've lost 11 of their last 15 games. Chris Mack has been very vocal with what Louisville's problems have been of late. He feels that his Cardinals have to work better to get the ball inside. They start 2 big guys, 2 centers in the loss to Virginia on Saturday. Malik Williams and Stephen, I believe you pronounce his name, Enoch. They only combined for 6 points on 2 for 16 shooting. The good news is that they had 18 rebounds. I do believe Louisville will be aggressive tonight and be able to control the boards against Boston College. They're also the top free throw shooting team in the ACC. So if they're aggressive on the boards, they should also convert those chances to power their way to eventually end up at the line as well. So I'm willing to lay the 5.5 points with Louisville here. They've got to win their next 2 games, tonight against Boston College and against Notre Dame at home, in order to solidify their playoff standings or their postseason rankings going into the ACC tournament and enhance their big dance opportunities as well. But clearly, Baylor is the best of the 2 complimentary plays tonight. That'll do it. Make sure you follow Selena on Instagram. And I'll talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time. Good luck, everyone.